So this is chapter 8, Nitya, Dharma and Vaishnava Behaviour, part 2. Okay, I'm putting some Tamil also because there are some actually attending from South India. So now there was one question that actually raised relevant to the previous chapter. In fact, a sannyasi should never build a temple or monastery, only beg to eat, live only in a hut, never deal with money, and only chant Harinama all the time. Otherwise, that sannyasi is actually called Vantasi. Vantasi means those who eat their own vomit, because they have really gone from Grahastha to a sannyasi level. So that means they are really going back again. Okay, so now how come that then our Prabhupada, he really has built so many temples, right? I said, I want a temple like this. What was the thing? Okay, I don't know whether anyone has any answer or not. Anyway, so this is the thing. Yeah, when one accepts sannyasa, there are two kinds of sannyasa: bhajana anandi, or Ghosta Anandi. Okay, so Bhajana Anandi means, okay, as described in Jaiva Dharma. Okay, we haven't gone to the more detailed set. So Bhajana Anandi is basically completely absorbed and they will follow according to this. But the Ghostanandi is the one they are meant for preaching. These sannyasi have two roles. One is absorb in themselves, and they are attached to Krishna, then chant and chant. They are really mingling. They see the pastimes and they are in the spiritual world all the time. It is actually for them. Okay, so this is one kind. Second kind is the Ghostanandi, they preach. Okay, we haven't covered that yet. As we go, we will actually understand. So that is why I really wanted to clear that out. So now Prabhupada, our Gurudev, they are all actually belonging to Ghostanandi. So when Ghostanandi means actually you are coming down a little bit. Okay, so the perfect sannyasi as Bhajananandi is ultimate. They are in the heart of Krishna and they are with Krishna all the time. Okay, but whereas when they will become Ghostanandi, they step down for the sake of the humanity. Otherwise, how will it happen? If every sannyasi becomes just like this, as the Bhajananandi, what happens? Who will save the world? Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, now here, I want to explain something here, in a nutshell, as what we are dealing with here. Religion, which we are calling Jaiva Dharma. Only one religion is there. There is only one. Because people say Hinduism is actually the only religion, or they say Islam is the only religion, or Christianity is the only religion. The thing is, if you really see the thing, okay, see my writing there. Okay, it's from Jaiva Dharma. All religions are just steps or distortion in the same staircase. Look at here. So suppose you really see this as a staircase. So we start with Dharmi. That means involved with the social work and everything. People really love to help others, and they are on the lowest level actually. Dharmis. Then karma yogis. Yogis and Ashtanga yogis and and also karma yogis. So they are on the second level. Then after that, then what happens? They become jnani. They become jnani. Jnani means, one is knowledgeable, he knows the spiritual truth and everything. But then above that is actually bhakti. But now what happens is, when they really come to that level to really get into the path of bhakti, they get initiation. They are becoming Kanishta Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikari or Kanishta Bhakta means a beginner, a neophyte. Okay, so he has bhakti, but the problem is he has the touch of karma and jnana. He believes in karma, doing good karma, and also, thinking that, jnana is the only one which will deliver the, give liberation. So all these kind of false conception will be there. In fact, if you see the Gita, the whole Bhagavad Gita is actually a foundation. It is preparing one to evolve in the bhakti. He starts with very basic thing. Look at here, karma yoga, jnana yoga, and Ashtanga yoga, Raja yoga, all kinds of yoga, everything there actually, he's talking about. But then in the beginning, in the middle, if you see that, chapter 9 and also chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, they really are the one who really focus the bhakti. But that bhakti is actually only preparation to bhakti. It is not a bhakti sastra. It is actually meant for Janata people. It is meant for the public. Okay. Now for the bhakti, that is when we really come to Jaiva Dharma or Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. All the high scriptures. Okay. So basically one is really getting on the ladder. Okay. So when we read that saying a Kanistha Adhikari, who is a neophyte, who just accepted a new initiation, for example, he will still have the karma. He will thinking that I am doing everything, so that I will be fine, I will be able to live peacefully, comfortably, like that. So that kind of tinges will be there actually, karma and as well as jnana. Okay, but Gita has only two conclusions. Only two slokas are the conclusions: 1866 and 1865. What is 1866? That is Sharanagati. Sharanagati is a step so that he gets delivered in fact. Okay, so he goes up. Now, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mam Yekam Sharanam Braja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papepyo, Moksha Ishyami Ma Chusasa. So this is what Bhagavan Krishna says, that abandon all varieties of religions and just surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all your sins and sinful reactions. Do not fear. So he is now taking you to the next stage, saying, now I really talked about all the different dharmas. What the dharma? The dharmi. Then then doing karma. Then also becoming a jnani. They are all to throw everything out finally. Okay, no point in actually dealing with that when you really want to have pure devotion. What we are talking in Jaiva Dharma is pure devotion, not the partial devotion that as we see in Gita, for example. Because Gita is not actually completely giving the bhakti. So it is only preparing you to do the bhakti. Every chapter, if you see at the end, it says, my bhakta is, the devotion to me, my bhakta is the topmost. So he is giving all the hints, but he doesn't say how to do the bhakti. Okay, so now 1865, what does it say? Manmana bhava madbhakto matyaji mam namaskuru mam evai satyam te pratijane priyosime. Okay, now you are dear. See, now the relationship develops. Well, rather than Sharanagati, where you really accept him as a savior, here it's a different relation. You have a love. That is why 1865 is the ultimate conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. He says, always think of me and become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me, and then surely you will come to me. See, this is the bhakti. There it starts. So Kanistha Adhikari still have the karma jnana, still the taint is there. But when it becomes Madhyama, it fades up. Remember the example that you really read that one, grinding the peanuts, right? In the beginning, all the cold thing will be there, but eventually all will be dissipated. Then Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means single pointed. That means only one object of love. That is Krishna. Because anything that you have love with to any god or demigod, anyone, it is actually not the absolute. Absolute is only one. Only Krishna is actually the object of love. That is why we are talking about Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradi Govinda, Sarva Karanakaram. He is the topmost. Then from Madhyama then becomes Uttama. Then the Prema is really starting. Okay, Prema, Snega, so many levels are there. Okay, Rati. And eventually that pure Bhakti goes higher and higher. Then he becomes a pure Vaishnava. Okay, so basically we have Kanishta, which is basically very beginning. Then Madhyama, who is intermediate, and then Uttama is the highest. Okay, now we'll see what exactly the thing. Okay, as you really went through this one before, right? These are the 10 qualities for entering into the Vaishnava stage, right? Okay, Triti, that is patience. Okay, then Kshama, forgiveness. Damo, control of mind. Asteyam, not stealing. Saucham, cleanliness. Indriya Nigraha, sense control. Dhir, intelligence. Vidya, knowing sastras. Satyam, truthfulness. And Akrodham. Akrodham means basically don't make anyone to really anger. Okay, and at the same time you really control your anger. Now, 3 levels of Vaishnavas as we see. A Vaishnava, in this case, he is actually Krishna devotee, becomes what? Kanistha, Madhyama and Uttama. Okay, so beginning stage or intermediate stage or the topmost. Now, we will see the gunas of the Kanistha. Okay, Kanistha Adhikari is also, Kanistha Adhikari or Kanistha Bhakta is basically same. Adhikari means that qualification. Okay, Adhikari. Kanishta means I have a qualification to become a Kanishta. Madhyama Adhikari means I have a qualification to become a Madhyama Bhakta. That's what it is. So Kanishta is called Prakrita. Prakrita is because he has attachment with karma, jnana, and also he has material desires. He has material desires. Okay, so what are the three primary things, the gunas of the Kanishta Adhikaris are deity worship. Deity worship is the strongest. He believes that in the Vigraha, he is really so attached to the deities and he loves the deities to really serve and take care of her. That is the only thing that probably Kanishta Adhikari in fact has. Everything else has problem. Okay, he has ego, he needs protection, he thinks that I have to do good things, or somebody is actually did some bad thing or something, they will find faults. All the things are there. Okay, so those are the contamination. Okay, so Kanishta Adhikari, what's the only one thing is the main thing is deity worship. Okay, deity worship, that is good. But the problem is he has a wrong association, kills their bhakti. This is the problem. Kanishta Adhikaris, when they really come in, they associate with worldly people, nonsense, basically stupid people who have no attachment to Krishna, and at the same time, sometimes bhaktas also. Now the problem is, depending on how he really balances his association, he can really fall down. He can kill his bhakti. He's very, very, he's in a very, very funny stage. It's a dangerous stage actually. Okay, many Kanishta Adhikaris, they fall down. If they don't have attachment with the Guru or the Bhaktas intimately. If they lose that, that's it. They will actually go away. Okay, so this is a very, very dangerous situation of the Kanishta Adhikari. Now, what are the gunas of the Madhyama Adhikari, Madhyama Bhakta? They will have Ananya Bhakti. It's kind of prema. Okay, this is a prema in the initial stage. Okay, not the full prema. Prema is there. Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means Ananya, not for any other god. Only one. Who is that Krishna? Okay. Okay, Supreme Bhagavan, only Krishna. Because, don't take anything else. That's it. Ananya Bhakti. Other than Krishna and then his devotees or his associates, he doesn't have anything else in this world as God or demigod or whatever it is. Nothing. Whatever that happens, he will only go to Krishna. This is the Ananya Bhakti means. But people, for example, if you see that, they worship everybody else. Everybody, all kinds of things. Oh, you go there, if you really go there, then you will become so wealthy or healthy or this and everything. And even if you take Ayavali, for example, then South India, people are really become, when they really have diseases, they really go there. Saying, he will give something and then so that might, your bodily level, that is stupid. It's your body, you are taking care of body. This is what number one problem in all the religions there. Then, okay, now what are the other qualities? These Madhyama Adhikari becomes friendly with other Krishna Bhaktas. He becomes so dear. And as soon as he really hears somebody who is really a Krishna Bhakta, he actually naturally, binds with them. And they, so it really comes from the heart. Okay, so that is one. Okay, that's number two. Third, bestows mercy to ignorance. There are a lot of people who are actually ignorant. They don't know who is Krishna. They have no idea about the spiritual world. So many sastras, they don't know. But they are not inimical. They are open-minded. They are not Mayavadis. They are not saying, I am God, I am this thing, I want to worship Sai Baba, this Baba, that Baba, this Siddha, that Siddha. No, they don't have that problem. They are really open to you. They are actually ignorance in the sense they don't know what is the spiritual thing. Okay, so that for them, Madhyama Adhikaris will give you what? Mercy. They'll bring, come. Do bhajan with me, chant with me, do this one. So they are really so merciful there. So they bestow mercy on those kind of ignorance. They are okay, but neglects the inimical. Neglect inimical means somebody purpose they may want to come and then do quarrel with you. You got to throw them out. Okay, this is the quality of the Madhyama Adhikari. Okay, so why? Because by trying to teach them who really does not have anything to do coming to the Krishna side, And bhakti, what the problem? That you are actually endangering yourself and also that person. Okay, so that's why they will, especially Mayavadis, who are really under Shankaracharya. Mayavadi, you have to be very, very careful. You should never ever give even chanting beads to them. They are aparadhis. As per Bhaktivinoda Thakur and also all the Vaishnavas, if you see that, they are number one problem. Okay, because they say, I am God, you are God, everything is God. You can worship everyone and everything is a South Indian sambar. That's not true, right? Okay, now, what is the attitude of the Madhyama towards the Bhakta? How they really have the attitude is there? Atma Buddhi. Atma Buddhi means he thinks that Krishna Bhakta is really even so more dear than his own soul. And then Mamada Bhakti. Mamada Bhakti means because he has intimate relation, he really voluntarily goes there. Whether that devotee really calls you or not, you really have, want to talk to them, want to associate with them. You voluntarily go there. That is the Mamada Bhakti. Okay, that means, oh yes, I want him, I want to be with him. Okay, so there is no yuga problem there at all. Then Ijya Bhakti. Ijya Bhakti means what? He thinks that a Krishna devotee is worshipable. Ijya. Okay, so he thinks that Krishna means, okay, he is like Guru, whatever he really says that, he really respects and then considers him as a Guru. That is Ijya Bhakti. Then what is Tirtha Bhakti? Tirtha Bhakti means by just touching or just just talking to him or just getting darshan of a Krishna devotee. He thinks that he has really taken went to the pilgrimage. He has actually taken bath in the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, like that. They think that they are the Tirthas. That high. This is the attitude of Madhyamadhikari. And now, what exactly the other thing that Madhyamadhikari really must do? Okay, must do, or what he does? He chants pure. Okay, he is the one who has to help. Okay, very important. Those who chant pure Nama once. A Kanistha Adhikari has no way of chanting even a one-time pure Nama. I will tell you. That's what you just read that. Kanistha Adhikari only thing is what? He may chant for whatever the whole day chant, but no use. Not no use. It's like Sukruti is added, but it's not Suddhanama. Krishna is not going to be really attracted at all. Okay? So, but then Madhyamadhikari should respect one who chants pure Nama at least once. That means he is above the Kanistha Adhikari. Okay? And those who chant all the time. That means there frequently pure Nama is coming. For them also he has to serve. And then whose sight makes others to chant? This is the Uttamadhikari. What is the quality of the Uttamadhikari? Uttamadhikari means when he comes, everybody will start chanting. They will have the desire to chant. They immediately bring the memory of Krishna. That is the Uttamadhikari. So these are the three kinds of Vaishnavas a Madhyamadhikari must serve. Okay, but at the same time, a Madhyama must avoid ego. Ego means edging God out. If you have ego, you have no way of getting Krishna. It may be even you may be really so intense in your worship, but see, ego is a killer. Is edging God out, and then for the sake of the name, oh, I want to be famous. I want to be like this. I want to be him here. I did this one, that, this, fame. That is the number. These are the fundamental problems. That will really bring down Madhyamadhikari. Now, Madhyamadhikari Bhaktas also, okay, this is what that's what I said. Now, who can chant? Chanting is a primary thing for any Vaishnava. Who can chant? Humbler than a blade of grass. Why humbler than a blade of grass? A grass, when you are walking on that, does the grass say, oh, you are again touching me, get out or something? No. He just bends down. See, look at here. See, see, somebody is actually, just putting their feet on your head. What do you think? Oh my God, you have insulted me. No, grass does not say that. But even humbler than a grass. Why humbler than a grass? What is the humbler? What is the relative there? The humbler is because the grass, when somebody walks, it bends down, and then as soon as he really takes the step out, then it comes back again. That's not humble. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying is Trinatapi Sunichena. Trinatapi means what? A grass, a straw, piece of straw. That on the street, you are walking on it, it doesn't complain. Then you can chant. If your attitude is that humble, then you can chant. Otherwise you cannot chant. Tarorapi Sahishnuna. What is Tarorapi Sahishnuna? Taro means what? That is a tree. Tree actually even what? It actually gives you shadow. And it really takes all the suns on its head. And at the same time, if you really go under it, it gives a nice shadow. And look at it, it's serving you. It's actually protecting you. And now if you really throw a stone on the mango, for example, or on the tree, it gives you fruit. It gives you fruit. See? But then he says, Tarorapi Sagishnuna. Okay, what is that again? Suppose you are not really giving any water to the tree. Does it complain? You really planted the tree and you really grew the thing, of course, but now and all of a sudden you are not really pouring water. It's not going to complain. It's not going to knock your door saying, you planted me and then you are not giving me water. You better, I am going to take you to the court. It's not doing that. So more tolerant than a tree. And you cut the tree, it doesn't cry. So there was one story. The thing was, there was a king. He was actually coming on the road. And there were boys playing and they were actually throwing stones on a mango tree. And unfortunately what happened was one of the stones, it really went and then hit on the head of the king. So king looked at. That's immediately all the merchants, all the servants and everybody were actually just looking at the boy who really threw the stone. And they also said, king said, come to my court. And bleeding. So he was bleeding and he went. And his father and mother, everybody, the family said, okay, he's going to be killed. That is it, finished. He get a big thing. But then the day came, everybody brought the boy to the king. And the king said, you threw mangoes like this. But remember, you really did a big mistake. But my guru said, even if someone is actually hitting me with the hard words or like this, I have to always give him back with mercy. So he said, all right, you wanted to really get the mango, but that's what you didn't get. And he just called, oh ministers, give him a big sack of mangoes for this boy. Because I want to show that, this is how he should be. He should not really hit anyone, of course. But the thing is, a bhakta should be that way. You have to always, give, mercy, even though you are actually being punished. Okay, so that's the thing. Now, who can chant? Giving respect to anyone. Amaninana manadena. You have to give respect to others. And you are not going to ask for any respect from them in return. So that is what then you get. A Vaishnava is meant with, one who really gives Dandavat pranams to other devotees, Krishna Bhaktas. If you see, especially South India is completely crazy. They will only fight with. But here also the same problem. We are not Vaishnavas. Vaishnava means as soon as we see a Vaishnava, give Dandavat pranam. Otherwise you are not even a Vaishnava. That's why you are not able to chant. And here we are talking about giving respect to everyone means what? That's a worldly respect. Worldly respect. That's what you also read that. For Vaishnavas, you have to give Dandavat pranams. And for non-Vaishnavas, you have to give us as a guest. Okay? So this is the thing. Now talking about Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari is something that is very difficult to understand. He thinks Uttamadhikari means what? He is the topmost. He thinks that every jiva is already serving Krishna. He thinks everyone is a Uttama Bhakta. Because in the eye of Udhishthira, Dharma Raja, everyone actually was what? Seemed to be, oh, they are all great. I am the fallen one. I am the wicked one. He said, Suryodhana, oh yeah, he's very good. But I am bad. But here what happens? Especially South India, what happens? Everybody else is the problem. He is the only one who is right. They want to always quarrel. They will complain. Look at here, he is not a devotee. He is a bad guy. He is actually planning to do this and that and everything. Okay, so this is the problem going on. Okay, so here Uttamadhikari, he thinks everybody else is already Uttama Bhakta. He thinks Jiva should not be even separate. Vaishnavas or non-Vaishnavas. No, we should not even talk like that. And he never expects any honor. Okay, so now we are talking about Bhakti before we conclude. Bhakti has three things related to Bhakti. Suddha Bhakti, that means pure Bhakti, or Prema Bhakti. And Chaya Bhakti means Asuddha Bhakti. That means it is the Chaya Bhakti means what? It's actually contaminated. It's not real. That means you are actually asking for a favor for you. Why you are actually becoming a Krishna Bhakta? Why you are actually worshipping deity? Because you want some favor from him. That is Chaya Bhakti. Asuddha Bhakti. It's not pure. It's dirty. Aparadha to Bhakti, Mayavadis. Mayavadis are actually the biggest aparadhis. So how will you compare that? Suddha Bhakti, so suppose you have the pizza, for example, right? That is real. Okay, that is now a Chaya Bhakti is the shadow of the pizza. Shadow. By eating the shadow, you are not going to get anything. It's only it's a fake. It's not real. It's not real Bhakti. It's a Chaya. Chaya means a shadow. That's what the meaning is. And then Mayavadis, that stone. They are actually even hitting. This is very bad. So who are Mayavadis? Mayavadis means they say you can worship anyone you want, and you can chant any name you want, and all the thing is same. Whether you worship here or there, whatever you do, everything goes to the same one. That's it. You do whatever you want. And they don't really believe in the Ishvara. And then also Ishvara means actually only Paramatma, and who really dispenses your karmic reactions. And then Ishvara has no form, and also Jivas are not even servant to really Krishna. Okay, and then also he says Ishvara has no mercy. No, you do whatever the way for humanly things, dharmic things, and you will be rewarded. Okay, so this is the way Mayavadis are there. Anyway, so each one I am talking about is actually separate topics as such. Okay, before we actually conclude, how does a jiva attain liberation? The jivas are really wandering planets by planet. Brahmanda Pramita Kona, Bhakyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasade Paya, Bhakti Lata Bija. What that means? So these jivatmas are actually going, wandering universe after universe, being born and died and born and died and born and died. And it does sukruti, punya, good deeds. Because of that, Krishna gives mercy so that he is born in a place where he gets sadhu sangha, satsang. Because sadhu sangha comes, and through sadhu sangha you will learn sambandha jnana. What is sambandha jnana? What is the relation between me and then Krishna? That is sambandha jnana. Okay, so that is actually coming from sadhu satsanga, and then you are getting the deity worship. Okay, so we have seen that here in USA, for example, how we started the whole Gokul Bhajan. People are really changing, and they are really going higher and higher. The deity worship, then comes the Sutta Bhakti. This is the way, then finally they will get liberation. And also we just touched about the form and nature of the Bhakti, because Bhakti is not separate from these qualities. You cannot separate them. Humility, egoless, right? And then mercy on others, daya, and forgiving, shama. If you don't have any of these, you simply do not have anything related to Bhakti. You have ego, you don't have Bhakti. Okay, and do you think that somebody actually really told wrong, bad words? They really insulted you, and then you are not really forgiving them? You do not have Bhakti. You are see the thing is humility and daya. Humility and the daya, those are the two main things, and in between is actually forgiving. So if you apply humility and mercy, that comes Kshama. So these are the three things which happens. And Bhakti Devi is manifesting only if you have humility. Completely. You think that I am nothing, I am worthless. If we have that kind of attitude, and like a blade of grass which really hit by someone, stepped by someone, he insulted you, and you are not insulting back. Okay, and my bad karma. That's why I am getting insulted. Otherwise, you are not even a Vaishnava. Okay, so this is very important now. All right. So with that, I will conclude here now. Any questions? Please let me know.